Let's see. Alright, I am on. What's up, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you live on a Tuesday night. Normally don't do this, but I'm kind of bored, and I figured, why not? It's only 8 o'clock or whatever where I am. And I'll be honest, I normally don't go to sleep until about 10 or 11. So I figured, why not come on here, do a live stream? You notice the title, Tiger King Thoughts and Discussion. I mean, what are people talking about besides coronavirus and Tiger King? People will not stop talking about this Tiger King. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not. But what's up, Hokey for Life? How you doing tonight? Little man knows sports. How are you? I'm good. I don't think I've seen you anywhere or in here, but I'm glad you showed up. Don't know how you found the channel. Maybe you were just bored and looking for some sports. You found the channel, but I do appreciate you stopping in. So, again, I'm not sure if you guys have seen... Well, I guess a lot of people have. I mean, again, nobody's talking about anything other than Tiger King and coronavirus. So this Tiger King, people will not stop talking about it. And so I'm like, what are they talking about? Well, it's this show on Netflix of this one guy who has, do I have 40 subs already? Oh, yes I do. Thank you, Hokey for Life. I appreciate that. I have 119. Well, congrats to you, sir. You have more than me. That's all right. Good for you. But again, this Tiger King thing. So I'm like, what the heck is everyone talking about? I Google it. Based on it's a true documentary series, and I won't go too much into it. But this guy is basically, he basically has these cats, right? He's got a butt ton of property, a lot of acres of land. And he has these cats. Well, I mean, what else do you want to say about it? I mean, it's crazy, but I figured I'd bring that up. The guy's name is, what's his name? Joe Exotic is his name. Right? Now, he's become a meme. He's become a huge story. Well, of course, this has been something since maybe last year or whatever, whenever it happened. But we didn't find out about it until like last week or so, when this documentary came out. Right? 17 charges of animal abuse. This guy is ridiculous. He literally keeps tigers locked up on his property. Keeps them as like show animals. It's ridiculous, right? But anyway, enough about that. I mean, it's just something people are watching and everyone's talking about, right? Like, but anyway. So I figured I'd go into that a little bit. We'll move on from that. We want to talk some sports tonight. I see 3 people are watching. I see 2 people. Again, Hokey for Life. Welcome to the stream tonight, sir. Little man knows sports. Thank you for showing up for the first time. Melissa May in the chat. Haven't seen you on my streams, Melissa, but I do remember you subscribed to me a couple months back when I first started the channel. Hope you're doing well tonight, ma'am. This coronavirus has got to go. I mean, again, and I've been mentioning, I don't know what to do. Like, what are us sports YouTubers going to do with no sports? We just say, well, virus is still there, I guess. Y'all seen Tiger King yet? You missed my comment above. I subbed to you by watching your Florida video. Oh, are you talking about the Florida preview video that I did? Yeah, I'm getting around to doing some college football preview videos. Um, and I did LSU yesterday or today. No, I put it up today. So I have done. Let me double check. In this order, I have done Bama, Clemson, the Volunteers, Penn State, the Florida Gators, Ohio State, Florida State, and LSU. Still got a few teams I want to do. Heck, I even want to do Auburn. I mean, as much as I hate Auburn, you know what? Why not talk about how badly they're going to lose at Bryant-Denny this year? As a sports YouTuber myself, it's really put my channel in a stand. I had gained 900 subs in the last 3 months before the virus. Good for you. Tell you what, I'm going to check your channel out. I'll subscribe to you, Mr. Little Man Knows Sports. I'll check your channel out. I know a lot of people have like sports channels on YouTube. Some people have names that you think, oh, this guy must have a lot of videos. Well, they don't have anything whatsoever. Let me check your channel out. I'll subscribe to you. There you go. So I'm subscribed now to like 400 people. It's not that much, but it's a lot of sports channels I try to keep up with, try to get different opinions and stuff. So, who's your team for college? Right here, Alabama Roll Tides. Yes, sir. And we'll win it all this year. We'll go 15-0. Okay, and that's another thing. So there's been talk, at least before football practice and stuff got canceled because of the virus, but the whole talk for Alabama is, first off, will their defense be ready for a championship? And what's the quarterback situation look like? Is Bryce Young going to start? Is Mac Jones going to start? I would not be surprised to see Mac Jones start week 1. And then Bryce Young, the main talk is, would he win the job prior to the Georgia game? Maybe in the Georgia game? I think that, and again, people are saying like, oh, by week 3 we'll have a starter because that's the big game with Georgia. Well, I agree, but it's it's one of those things where it doesn't. I really don't care who has the starting job as long as we're winning football games. Honestly, I prefer a guy like Bryce Young because even though we haven't seen him play on the college level, I've seen his highlights and he's legit. Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent. Well, there could be more than one generational talent in this world. I guarantee you that. Hokey for life, spamming the same comment 4 times in a row. We have the 19 best recruiting class in basketball. That's good. Are you saying you have the best for 2019, or are you talking about, like, in the rankings, you're ranked 19? I'm confused on that part. So, anyway. Sure, do me a good favor, hit that like. You know what, while you're at it, like and subscribe on the video. We're on the air tonight. Man, I love this app. I really do. Love having all those effects and stuff. Let's see. So because there's no sports, I went back and I saw some highlights of the championship game from this year, the Clemson LSU game, which, by the way, was probably the best I've seen in a while. LSU was dominant last year. I mean, listen, it is going to be so hard. And again, I said this in the LSU video I did today. It is going to be hard to top what LSU did last year. Now, I get going 15-0. You want to talk about scoring like 60 points a game, beating the number 1 team like 2-3 times, or something like that. Well, I don't know if they beat like the number 1 team. They were the number 1 team, but Well, thanks for stopping in, Little Man No Sports. I appreciate it. Thank you. Uh, but they beat, let's see, number 3, number 4. I mean, who did they not beat? Quite a few top 15, top 10 teams. They had a Heisman winner. They had Coach of the Year. They had a championship. Passing record set. Touchdown record set. All kinds of stuff that happened last year for LSU. And it's going to be hard to top that next year for really any school. Now, we might see teams like maybe Alabama could break a record or whatever. We saw Tua break A.J. McCarron's touchdown record. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he's the first quarterback to do so. If Bryce Young really is as good as people say he is, could he break Tua's record in his freshman year? Probably so, probably not. I don't know. But we will see. So as far as other sports go, baseball is canceled, which is sad. I would say baseball is probably... It is my second favorite sport. I just love baseball. There's something about it. And that's another thing, too. If I could play one pro sport, I don't want to play pro football. I don't want to get into all that NFL stuff, right? And Stephen A. ripping on me. Did you see it? He gave up the play? I mean, my goodness. But I would probably, honestly, play baseball. If I could play one pro sport, I would play baseball. No doubt about it. So, but, I would say I'll probably be better at that sport anyway. And I think the best I've ever hit, I played baseball. I played what they call T-ball or whatever back in 09 or 08. Before I moved to Florida, I was living in South Carolina, and I played T-ball. And then, which is just for wimps. I mean, come on, you put that thing on a tee. No one's throwing it to you, kid. What are you doing? Then I played Little League, which when I hear that, I just... someone said it's just minor league baseball or whatever. No, it was Little League. Okay, I played on the same team as my brother a few years back. What was the team name called? Conyers Plumbing or something? We were the plumbers or whatever. And we made the end of the playoffs or whatever it was. I guess you could say the state or maybe the district championship or whatever it was. But we won it. And we only won it because the other team didn't have enough players that they forfeited. Where's the fun in that? I wanted to play, man. It's crazy. Hoagie for life. I understood the comment the first 1,000 times you put that. See. But yeah. And again, the best I hit was a double. Kept wanting coach to put me in to pitch the ball and be a pitcher. I would have been great, man. I would have gone pro automatically. We would have won every game. I'm kidding. I don't know, but I played I guess mainly left or right field or center field. Mainly, I think he put me in right field or whatever, but a couple times, he changed it up and I play first or second base. So let me check these comments. Still trying to work on this book a little bit, but I made some progress in it. This Saban Making of a Coach book that I got a couple weeks ago, which is really good so far. At first, I thought it was by Nick Saban, but it's by some guy named Monte Burke. I'll have to look him up, but I'm sure he's a sports book writer, sports author. Do I live in Bama? No, Melissa May. I live in Florida. I did live in Bama when I was like real little. Like I probably lived there from the time I was born, which by the way was in Tuscaloosa, to when I was like 2 or 3. Then I moved to Florida, lived there for a couple years, moved to South Carolina, lived there for maybe 2, 3 years, and I've been living in back in Florida for the second time since '09. So I've lived in Florida for like a decade. Although I do want to move out of Florida and up to Alabama. Got family up there and everything. It's a good state too. Got good lakes and everything. You should read the book, Melissa. It's a really good book. Of course, you being a Bama fan, you're into Nick Saban and everything, I'm sure. And but even if you don't like Alabama, if you just love sports in general or whatever, it's a really good book. So, and I read this other one. Here, I can get this real quick. Hold on. If I drop all these, I swear. This one right here, my favorite book that I've read so far. I got quite a few sports books, but this one is at the top. Chasing the Bear by Lars Anderson. How Bear Bryant and Nick Saban made Alabama the greatest college football program of all time, and it is awesome. They mentioned the 2nd and 26 play. And what's Lars Anderson is a really great author. I have like 2 of his books, another being The Storm and the Tide. Man, I'm just not realizing how many Alabama books my grandmother has bought me. But it basically goes in depth of how similar Nick Saban and Bear Bryant are. And it was written really right after Nick Saban won his 6th championship, his 5th at Bama. And it's called Chasing the Bear by Lars Anderson. Look it up. It's a really good book. I've been reading your comments, Hokey. You keep saying that you have the 19th best recruiting class in basketball, which congratulations to that, I guess. But what's the name of the one that there's one chapter where it does mention the Georgia National Championship. What's that one? Tying the Bear, that's what it is. And it basically goes into detail about that game, and it kind of gives you a little insight of what happened. I mean, listen, Nick Saban didn't want to pull Jalen out, but he had no choice, you know. It is what it is, but it's amazing. So that came out in September. And I first found out about it because Paul Feinbaum had Lars Anderson. I don't necessarily remember that, but it should have. I'm sure if you read between the lines, there might be a couple tears on that page if a Georgia fan was reading it. But But Paul Feinbaum had Lars Anderson on the show, great author, and he was talking about the book, and I'm like, what is this called? What? Lars Anderson. Oh, he wrote The Storm of the Tide. I have that book too, which talked about the 2011 Tuscaloosa tornado. I have that one. I also got a Joe Paterno book. So I'm like, what's this guy talking about chasing the bear? Obviously, it's about Nick Saban or whatever. But I'm like, I gotta check this out. So I got that for Well, no, I didn't get it for Christmas or whatever, but I ordered it off Amazon. Sorry, my Nana ordered it. She paid for it. Thank you, Nana. I know you're watching, at least on replay. Hold on. Crap. Good enough, whatever. Keep it like this. Gotta plug my phone in. But yeah, it's a really good book. Check it out sometime. And I even like the cover too. I mean, it's got Nick Saban and it's got Bear Bryant too. And it's like he's actually looking at Bear Bryant, but obviously, he photoshopped the image to put Bear Bryant in there, or maybe he put Nick Saban in there. Who knows how he did it, but I've always loved reading. Yeah, me too. But like as I've gotten older, like at first, like I hate being forced to read. Honestly, like if my mom says go read a book, like I don't want to. But if I'm like bored or whatever, well, I finished that show, nothing else is on, I read this book or whatever. I got a couple sports books and some stuff outside of sports books. Like I got this Steve Harvey book called Jump, which is very inspiring. Hokie for life. We got the fourth best point guard in the Big 12 to come to Tech. Who is it? I gotta hear this. Is this the men's or women's basketball? Virginia Tech basketball transfer. Obviously, it's a transfer. Men's. Is it this Cartier diarrhea, whatever, however you say that name? I don't know. And people have weird names, especially in sports. From Kansas State. That's the guy? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I saw where... I know a couple days ago I saw something where I want to say maybe Kyra, or no, I think Kyra's a freshman, but I think someone on maybe it's John Petty from the Alabama men's declared for the NFL draft. Not sure. Alabama Nate Oates says guards Kyra and John Petty to test NBA draft waters. I'm not sure what that is supposed to mean. Oh no, Kyra's a junior, but it looks like Kyra Lewis and John Petty, which I've done a couple reactions to Bama basketball games, so I've talked about them before. But it looks like they're going to go to the NBA draft. That'll be interesting, guys to follow. So I started watching college basketball last year, at least at the end of March Madness, but tried to get into Bama and everything last year, tried to get back into baseball, which again, I've always loved baseball, but I started getting into like actually watching it more, right? Like on occasion, I'm like, I'll watch a pitch. Now I want to sit down and actually watch it, but I can't because first off, no live sports. And even if I no longer have live TV with Hulu, gotta watch the stupid highlights. Where's the fun in that? Although MLB, the YouTube channel is replaying some classic baseball games from the past couple years and like the playoffs and stuff. They did the World Series Game 7 from last year the other day. Great matchup, by the way, with the Nationals and Astros. Congrats to the Nationals for winning their first ever World Series. Melissa May. Roll Tide, Melissa. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Appreciate it. But anyway. Our average height in basketball went from 5'11" to 6'4". That's a pretty good rise right there for height in basketball. That's pretty good, Hokie. Basketball players got to be tall. Well, no one says they have to be tall, but man, there's a lot of tall people out there. Like Dwayne Wade, you can talk Russell Westbrook. Oh, man. You're set up to go win a freaking natty. Maybe so. Maybe so. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Always appreciate it. Alabama, if we do get a football season, Bama is going 15-0. I promise you that. We're going to be mad in 2020, right? Like this is my overall view on Alabama in 2020. Alabama and Nick Saban are going to be mad in 2020. And I'm not saying that because of anything like the coronavirus or anything, but because of how the past couple years, how it's gone down for Alabama. We're talking about getting blown out in a championship. Then coming off of that, going into the 2019 season, trying to make it back to the playoffs, trying to redeem their dynasty and everything like that, which it's not over. A lot of people like to say that it is, which I'm really tired of people saying that it's over, right? Like, it's not over yet. But when you look at the past couple years, losing 44-16, coming off that, going into the season, and people are saying this is what we're going to look for. Will their defense get back to it? Which it looked like it at first, but then they lose that game to LSU, give up 46 points, and then only score 41. Very close game, right? Nothing has gone their way. They lost the Iron Bowl because of a missed field goal, hit the goal post, botched kick, and nothing has gone their way lately. Outside of winning that Citrus Bowl, signing a top recruiting class and everything, top 5, top 10, whatever, right? Getting Bryce Young, you got Dylan Moses coming back. A lot of stuff has gone their way lately in the offseason outside of course, spring game and spring practice getting canceled, right? So when I look at it, based on the fact that you're Nick Saban, you have a championship program, and you're trying to battle with people like Georgia, people like Clemson, LSU, all those teams in recruiting, making a playoff run. You should be mad and ready to go, be on fire in 2020. I mean, it's one of those things where, just when we look at it, and we look at how the decade has gone for Alabama, we enter this new decade of the 2020s, right? And we're now exiting the 2010s. Bama owned half that decade. If you want to talk about owning it as national championships, winning 5 out of 10, okay, understand, right? If you want to talk about it like overall, I would say with recruiting, right, up until about 2018 or, last year or whatever, when things started falling apart a little bit, you lose your way in some games. You lose your way in, recruiting. They're not falling off completely. It's not like they've had it's not like they lost to a high school team or anything. Don't get me wrong. right? I get a Iron Bowl loss here or there. At Jordan Hare, I get it. It's a rivalry game. It's going to happen, right? LSU, we saw what they did. They didn't really have bad losses last year. Uh, I mean, come on. But Alabama has just failed to be what they want to be and get back to the Bama factor and the standard. So I guarantee you, and again, assuming we have a football season, I guarantee you this. The Bama factor will be there, right? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to go 15-0. They might lose a game. They might not. Alabama's going to be on top in 2020. Nick Saban and Alabama football are coming. They're going to be mad. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to go. Guarantee you that. Roll Tide. I mean, so, but nothing's gone their way. Let me catch up on a couple of these comments here. Hokie for life. We had our worst decade in ages in the 2010s, so I'm hoping we get back to Virginia Tech football in the 2020s. I kind of want to see them succeed. It'd be cool to see. I really feel bad for the ACC in general. It's Clemson and everyone else, and man, I kind of want to see some teams like Florida State, with Mike Norvell coming in, Louisville, teams like that no one really cares about, which again, kind of tired. Again, people couldn't care less about those teams, right? Be real. But I kind of want to see it. Man, I just want the ACC to be entertaining. So that way when I turn a game on, I'm not sitting there like, of course, Clemson running up the score late. Right? Like, where's the excitement in that? We know what Clemson can do. I want to see what teams like Florida State with Mike Norvell coming in can do. I want to see what Louisville can do. Now, I know what they can do currently, but I want to see some teams rise up and succeed. You know what I mean? So, that's my opinion on the ACC right now. It's not that good. I wish it was, but SEC dominant, right? Let me see here. Again, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Doing a live stream, live chat is on. Feel free to type in the comments. So, again, getting back to, no, you won't, Hokie. Sorry to say this, but no, you're not destroying Clemson. Virginia Tech ain't even close to that good right now. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I'm going to state the facts, sir. Anyway, getting back to this Tiger King deal. The thing everyone's talking about. I'm going to watch some of that tonight. Try to finish off the show this week. And it's really good. It's an addictive show. You know what I mean? Like, on one hand, you're like, what is this guy doing? And then it's like, I want to know more. I want to find out some more about this. Let me refill my cup real quick, but I'll be right back. Tone it down a bit, Hokie. It's kind of funny. Hey, you're good. Listen. I can't control what you type. I can control what's in the chat, but as far as, like, I can remove comments, but come on now. Try to keep it clean on here, Hokie. Oh, man. If you beat Penn State, that's... Oh, man. That's funny. Anyway, really don't have much else to say. It's already 9 o'clock. It's crazy. So I guess not really much else planned. If Virginia Tech beats Penn State, we're going 15-0. The end. You definitely would have a good win on your resume to try to make a case for the playoffs. I don't know about 15-0. I mean, you got Clemson, and listen, you say whatever you want to. Oh, we beat Penn State. Good for you. Good for you. Clemson's far ahead of Penn State, Hokie. I'm sorry. You're not beating them. You just... I'm sorry. It is what it is. I need to charge my Fitbit. Charge my Fitbit up. But anyway, I really don't have much else to say. I wanted to do a live stream. Got a little bored. It's only 9 o'clock. But I do appreciate those who stopped in tonight. Little Man Knows Sports, who left a while ago, I guess. Can you rejoin the Big East? That's not up to me. I didn't even know you guys were part of that. Really don't even know who's a part of that. But why don't you call the commissioner of the Big East and talk to him about it. But again, thanks, Hokie, for stopping in tonight. Really do appreciate it. Little Man Knows Sports, even though you only typed a couple comments. Melissa May showing up in the live stream for the first time. I do appreciate you stopping in as well. I always enjoy seeing people like you on BVD streams. Love watching him. I hate Clemson, UNC, Duke, and UVA. I'm sure you do, Hokie. Rivalries, right? If you want away from them, don't schedule. That's my suggestion. Don't schedule them if you want away from them. But anyway, I guess that's pretty much it. Really don't have much else to talk about tonight. But again, hit that thumbs up. Really would appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Really do appreciate it. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Right here on BSM Network, home of Ballard Sports Media. Yep. Really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'm going to get off here. And that's pretty much it. Thanks again for everyone who stopped in tonight. Like, subscribe. And that's pretty much it. Until next time, Ballard Sports Media, checking out. Roll Tide. See y'all later.